we're starting to make some good progress against the FBI. We have this two-pronged approach. Thank God for Mike Johnson. He's releasing the January 6th footage so the American people can see for themselves what really happened. You know, I put these videos up on YouTube and they put this little filter from Wikipedia. Oh, here's our official narrative. Here's what we, the corrupt deep state, want you to believe. We don't want you to believe your lying eyes. We don't want you to see the evidence. We want you to make decisions for yourself by looking at the footage or even having that available. We're going to tell you what to think and what to believe. Well, that day is over. Now the video is being released, and we need to take these videos and we need to use this as a starting point to aggressively push back and hold our government accountable for what they did in November 2020 and on January 6, 2021. And how this was, they created a false narrative of insurrection, and they used that to weaponize the federal government against the Republican Party and identify their political opposition as domestic extremists. And that's what the FBI has been doing right now. It's unconstitutional. They're laying the foundation for a police state. This is also, the FBI is a terrorist organization. That's what it is. You know, attacking elderly people, pointing guns at children, going after Trump supporters, pro-life activists, people for their religious beliefs, traditionalist Catholics. It's unimaginable. Well, actually, this is why I was at January 6th. I imagined this is exactly what was going to happen, and we had to stand up and stop it if we could. So it's not really terribly. I mean, people are in denial. They can't believe how bad things are, but now I think it's indisputable. So the FBI is a terrorist organization, and I said this past Sabbath during services. We're talking about the release of these videos, and I was mentioning how that the FBI is a terrorist organization. What Christopher Wray does when he's confronted by senators and congressmen is like, look what you're doing. You know, your FBI, where you let it, half the country hate the FBI now. They see it as politicized. They see it as weaponized again. They see it in the tank for the Democrat Party. And he goes, well, we get so many new recruits. That's what scares me. Look at what these universities are producing. Hamas supporters. Harvard they're so rife. These so-called institutes of higher education are so rife with left-wing extremism. They're brainwashing people, and they're churning out violent extremists. And now we have thousands of young people going out supporting and sympathizing with Hamas. Why are they supporting Islamic terrorist group? Because they're indoctrinated in this left-wing ideology, and they're churning out. I mean, we see it right there. They're churning out supporters of terrorism, and I think that's also why we see a lot of recruits going in the FBI, because they're radicalized in our schools and universities, and they want to go into a terrorist organization so they can engage in terrorism against their enemies. Patriotic Americans, and people who believe in the United States Constitution, people who believe in freedom. So it actually, I find it very frightening and disturbing that there's so many young people going to the FBI knowing what a corrupt, evil, terrorist organization that it is. And that's why we just have to dismantle it. And we have to criminally prosecute as many FBI agents as possible. I mean, a whole lot of them. I'd like to see that happen. I mean, we need more whistleblowers. Hey, if people in the FBI, if you're not for what the FBI is, you need to get out or become a whistleblower, because this is such an evil. This is the greatest threat to the survival of our republic that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. The FBI. Not only in our lifetimes, I think that the FBI represents the greatest threat to our constitutional system that has ever that the United States has ever encountered throughout its history. You know, I mean, maybe since the Civil War, where you have, you know, the institution of slavery needed to be destroyed, but it's as great a threat as that. The FBI is a perilous threat that threatens the survival of our country. So we're saying, which is obvious, that the Justice Department, the FBI, is a two-tier system of justice. They go after Republicans sometimes for nothing, and they let their Democrats blatantly commit as many criminal acts as they want. They don't have to worry about it. They can do it with impunity. They know the FBI, the government's not going to them. They can lie, they can steal, they can chill, they can steal, they can engage in corruption. Yeah, and be chill about it, because they have nothing to worry about. It's encouraged. You can be as much of a criminal as you want. The federal government, if you're a Democrat, if you're on the right side, you have nothing to fear. You can do whatever the hell you want, except for Eric Adams. And why is the FBI going against Eric Adams? And I think it's very obvious, because they overthrew our government in 2021, especially. They stole the election in 2020, overthrew our government, and you have this junta, and the dictator of our country now is Barack Hussein Obama, and he's a very thin-skinned and petty person. So what the Democrat Party demands is unquestionable obedience and complete submission. So what Eric Adams did is, like, there's all these illegal aliens, hundreds of thousands. I mean, he thinks he has it bad. I mean, Texas has it worse, but he has this, these migrant hordes in his city, and he has to, provide for these people. And it's difficult. It's costing the city billions of dollars, and he's saying we can't take this. This is going to cause societal collapse in New York City. Please help us with the border. And of course, by publicly speaking out against this problem and defying the Obama-Biden administration, he's made himself a target. They're going to punish him for non-compliance, for voicing opposition to their agenda, which is to flood this country with illegal aliens, which they're going to continue doing. As long as they're in power, the border is going to be open. Unless somebody somehow takes initiative to counteract it, which doesn't seem to be happening. So that's why Eric Adams, it's not like, oh, well, look, they're going after, that's another reason why they're doing it. Oh, we're not just going after Republicans, we're going after Eric Adams too. Why are they what the FBI does, and this doesn't change, the FBI goes against the opposition, whatever opposition there is to Obama and the radical left-wing Marxist Democrat Party. That's their job now, is to oppress, so that they're oppressors, oppress the people of the United States of America, and create this totalitarian police state, which is this has been their objective for a long time. I saw this coming, under the Clinton, Hillary Clinton administration. So this is their ultimate objective, and it's been that way for a long, long time. So we just need to speak truth, and this election is important. It's important for us to mobilize, to organize, and save our republic. And part of it, to do that, we don't have to just defeat these people at the ballot box, which we need to. We have to dismantle the FBI, and we have to criminally prosecute as many FBI agents as possible, and make sure people like Christopher Wray never see the light of day again in the free world. We need to incarcerate as many FBI agents for the rest of their lives. Let them spend decades in prison for sedition and treason that they are committing against our country. Imagine that. They're building a police state. They're building and we're really already in a police state. Watch Dinesh D'Souza's movie. I mean, it's not something that's going to happen. It's something that is happening. And we have to stop it now, because if we have a Democrat victory in 2024, there's going to be no stopping the Democrat Party. And socialism and Marxism, we're doomed to that, and having a complete police state. And like Dinesh D'Souza says, it's like, people think, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, they're going after Trump supporters. It's not right, but I'm going to stay out of that, and they'll leave me alone. It's like, they won't leave you alone. Everyone, they're going to instill fear in everyone. Everyone is going to live in fear and have to comply. Like I said, the Obama administration, or the Biden-Obama administration, they look at what you think as a cognitive infrastructure. They want to control what you can and cannot say, but they also want to control your mind. And they're showing what happens if you don't comply. Like Eric Adams, they're going after you. So we have to stop them now, and we need men of courage and integrity to take a stand for our Constitution, and maybe pay the ultimate price for the betterment of humanity, so that we can remain free and strong. And so that America can still be, we've really lost our way, and we've been diminished. But I want to see a renewed America that represents hope and optimism, freedom for the whole world. So let's work to achieve that goal.